Thank you very much, Mataji, for sparing your time. Hare Krishna. Please accept our humble obeisances on behalf of everybody who have joined the group and are about to join, or later have a look at this recording. Mataji, we are really very indebted to you as you are taking us through Vrindavan every Fridays. I mean, this is really unheard of, but we are doing it. And all glories to your service for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Is my lighting okay, or is it too much? Like, is it blurry?
No, it's perfect. Your lighting is perfect. You can share the screen.
Okay, in a bit here. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. I'm always grateful for this opportunity. I always say that the speaker gets a lot out of it in the sense that it forces the speaker to go deeper into reading. If you're just reading for the sake of reading, it's it can be on maybe a little bit of a superficial level, but if you're reading to deliver, then your focus is different, the depth of your study, then you actually study. So I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity. And how this just started as just a little virtual parikrama, and it has taken us over these months, so many months. And it's just, I hope it's just a nice combination of philosophy during the week and then some pastimes at the end of the week. So would you like to do the Mangla Charana?
Gayatri Mataji, would you like to do the Mangla Charana or I should do it?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Anything is fine, Mataji.
Okay, let's hear from you. You pronounce so well. It's always good to learn from you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितां येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you very much. It was wonderful. Thank you. Jayatam surato pangur mama mandar matergati matsarvasya padam bhoja radha madana mohana divyad vrindavarna kalpa drumata Srimad Ratnagara Simhasan Shri Shri Radha Shila Govinda Devo पृष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमनो स्मरामि श्रीमान् रसरसरम्भे वंशी वत ततः स्थिता कर्षन् वेणुस्वनिर्गोपीर्गोपीनाथ श्रीस्थुनः नस्तप्रयेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैस्तके नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् स वै पुंसं परो धर्मो यतो भक्तिरधोक्षज अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता ययत्न सुप्रसीदति शृण्वन्तं स्वकथा कृष्ण पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तन हृदयन्तोस्ते हि अभद्राणि विधुनोति सुरेत् सतम्. So this verse, Srimad Bhagavatam 1 to 14, Shinvatam Swakatha Krishna, constantly hearing the glories of Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hriday Antasi Abhadrani, cleanses the heart and removes everything inauspicious. So this is why this we dwell even at this stage on some level of pastimes of Krishna is to remove the impurities from our heart, and philosophy on itself can become dry and speculative, and we're not gyanis. We're not gyanis. We're bhaktas. We're in the line of bhakti yoga, not jnana yoga. So is this balance of philosophy and pastimes is so important. Nonetheless, it's very interesting that um, when I was getting trained up to do these classes, Gita Discover, Gita Life, and Bhakti Life, and the trainer said that who is this Maharaj who lives in South India? I think he's Japanese. I always forget his name. He's a wonderful, wonderful Maharaj. And he said, just by reading the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita, you can come to the stage of Namabhas. So chanting is different stages. The first stage is offensive chanting. When we just start chanting, we don't understand the importance of chanting. Maybe our focus is, so inattentive chanting. And then the second stage is namabhas, in the clearing stage, when we are making an effort to chant attentive rounds. So just by reading the introduction of the Bhagavad Gita, it can bring us straight away to the level of namabhas. So that's how important even the basic philosophy is. So Krishna consciousness, by the philosophy of pastimes, it's just a mine, If only the introduction to Bhagavad Gita has so much to offer to us. What to speak of, the rest of the Bhagavad Gita, to speak of Srimad Bhagavatam, then what to speak of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So yeah, we're so fortunate. We're so fortunate. So now let me share the screen.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Is it
Krishna?
Bhanu Maharaj?
Yes, Bhanu Maharaj.
Thank you.
Thank you. Why is it not letting me share screen?
So this is Bhanu Swami Maharaj.
Yes. What an interesting point that he made, that just by reading the introduction to the Bhagavad Gita, we can come to the level of Namabhas. Who would have thought, familiarity breeds contempt. So it's not contempt, but we just become familiar with our introduction. Oh yeah, I know the 5 themes of Bhagavad Gita, this, that, why do I need to read it again? But this the person who trained us, he said he makes it a point of going through the Bhagavad Gita introduction every year. Um, yeah. So can everybody see the screen with the slides?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so the last time that we spoke, this is where we had reached, where Raghunath Das Goswami wanted to make the shape of Shyamakund and Radhakund uniform, and in order to do that, he needed to cut down some trees, and then they were going to start cutting the trees the next day, and that night he had a dream. The Pandavas and Yudhishthir spoke to him in a dream that do not cut down those trees because that is us performing austerities in Radhakund. And so those trees were not cut down. And so when you go to Shamkund, you'll see Shamkund is in an irregular shape. Unfortunately, the trees don't exist anymore. But just very interesting to note that the Pandavas, in the form of trees, were performing sacrifices, austerities at Radhakund. So today we are brought to a very special festival, Bahulastami. Bahulastami is the appearance day of Radhakund. It is celebrated at midnight. So it seems that the pastime of Krishna, killing Aristasura demon, and then the gopis being offended with him. The whole pastime went on till midnight, and it is at midnight that Krishna took a bath in Radhakund and Shamkund. So this is the 8th day of the waning moon in the month of Kartik, that hundreds of thousands, I think easily 500,000 devotees gather at midnight. Well, the traffic and the people start from about 6 p.m. in the evening. And at midnight, thousands of people at the same time try to take a dip in Radhakund. This is the 8th day of the waning moon of the month of Kartik. So in Bhakti Ratnakar, it says, just wanted to read this. This is from Bhakti Ratnakar. On this day, Bahulastami, Krishna made Shamkund, called all the sacred places, and bathed while chanting the name of each holy place. Krishna finished his bath sometime before midnight. Even now, people follow the same system of bathing in the holy Kund. By bathing in Radhakund on the day of Bahulastami, one pleases the Lord. It is said it is the only place on earth where a sacred bath is taken at midnight. So it's called Ardharatri. So this is the most auspicious bath. The benediction given is that whoever with firm faith bathes on this day achieves divine love equal to theirs, equal to Radha and Krishna's. Unfortunately, now it has become so I don't even know where this belief system has come from, but you can just see the amount of people gathered together. It's like a stampede. I've been there once. It's literally a stampede, And now, unfortunately, it's become a place where people come to fulfill their material desires. And I don't know where this belief has come from, but couples who don't have children or couples who are seeking a son, something like that, come and dip a pumpkin in Radhakund on this night. So in the next morning, unfortunately, all you see is this pumpkins, like hundreds of pumpkins just floating there. And literally, of course, there will local people maybe take a few pumpkins, but then the pumpkins start rotting then, and after a few days, it's not a very good smell. So unfortunately, even something so auspicious, something so divine is being, you know, contaminated by the influence of Kali Yuga. What to do? How do you stop something like this? But the last time I was there, there was a lot of police and they were being very strict about it. But, you know, it's not something. How do you stop? How, you know? So, yeah, it's unfortunate. So then after, okay, so there's a very important temple. It's Kundeshwar Mahadev, Lord Shiva. He's the protector of Radhakund and he's guarding all the four directions of Radhakund. And normally, before starting the Parikrama of Radhakund, pilgrims, offer their obeisances to Kundeshwar Mahadev. And then there is also the place of interest is Purana Mandir. When Raghunath Das Goswami started excavating Radhakund, they had found a set of deities. And those deities were established, those were the first presiding deities of Radhakund. And they were called, so that temple is called Purana Mandir. Let me see, I didn't put a picture. Anyway, we should be somewhere here. No, okay, no problem. I'd shown, yeah, here, this is the one. Original Radhakrishna deities found while excavating Radhakund. So that temple is still called Purana Mandir because these were the first deities to be established. These are the presiding deities of Radhakund. Then we come to a very special place, Julanstali. If you see the two pillars, two concrete pillars, this stone structure. It is said that Radha and Krishna performed their swing pastimes in this place in Radhakund, at the banks of Radhakund. And in their Aprakat Lila, unmanifest pastimes, this pastime still is carrying on in Radhakund. Vrindadevi, it is said, Vrindadevi creates this wonderful swing made of a lotus flower of 16 petals. And the divine couple sit in the center of this lotus flower, in the middle, and then the Astasakis sit around the divine couple. And then the Astamanjaris, even Astamanjaris, 8 manjaris sit around the Astasakis. And then although it appears that Radha Krishna simultaneously are looking at the Astasakis and the Astamanjaris at the same time. And then there's another group of Sakis pushing the swing. So it is said that this pastime occurs here even today in its unmanifest form. I mean, you can just visualize how beautiful the swing must be, 16 petals, and then Radha Krishna sitting in the center, and then the Asasakis, and then the Astamanjaris, and then there's another group of manjaris that are pushing the swing. So it says that it's said that 5,000 years ago, Vajana, the grandson of Krishna, planted a banyan tree here, but now only the stump remains. So this is known as Julanstali. Then we have the Kunja Bihari Mandir. These beautiful deities were established here by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the disciple of Srila Prabhupada, in 1935. So in this temple, there's also a deity of Lord Chaitanya, you can see right next to Krishna established. Here also is the Pushpa Samadhi of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So this is the actual Pushpa Samadhi of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And so he's the, really, of course, he's the spiritual master of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And this is the only Gaudiya temple in Radhakund. Then after this, as we carry on with the Parikrama, we come to a very special place, very, very special place called Malyahar Kund. So very special pastime took place here. This is described in the Mukta Charita. On the occasion of Diwali, the gopis were stringing pearls for their cows. So Krishna, hearing this, got very excited and he went to the gopis and poor thing, repeatedly asked the gopis for some pearls to string for his two favorite, only for his two cows, not his 900,000 cows, only for his two favorite cows, Harina and Hasini. The gopis, they just ignored him, and then poor Krishna, he, repeatedly kept asking, he repeatedly, like literally almost like begging, please, please give me some pearls. And then finally, Lalita told Krishna she could only find one broken pearl for him. Krishna was so upset. He told Lalita that he'd grow his own pearls, and he ran off in an angry mood. And then he goes to Mother Yashoda and he tells him, give me a set of your pearls, I want to grow them. And then Mother Yashoda is trying to explain to him, my dear child, we don't get pearls by growing pearls. We get pearls from oysters from the sea. But Krishna was relentless and he goes, no, Maya, just give me your pearls. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to grow them. Anyhow, so, he's his Lala, and so she gave him his necklace of pearls and he went and he grew them, he put them under the soil, covered them. And then he went to the gopis again and he asked for some milk to water his pearls. And the gopis just burst out laughing and they didn't give him any milk. So again, he goes to Mother Yashoda, he goes, Maya, Maya, give me some milk to water my pearls, to milk my pearls. And then somehow Mother Yashoda got him some milk and he, put it all over all over the soil on the ground. And then within a few days, some beautiful green shoots started growing. And the gopis were still laughing, saying that these are just these thorn bush shoots coming up. Like here at the farm where we live, there are lots of these acacia trees, thorn trees. And they grow, and when they shoot actually, they're quite beautiful, and you think, wow, this is such a beautiful plant, only it just grows to be a thorn tree. So the same thing they told him, this is not pearls growing, this is just thorn bushes growing. And then after a few days, the shoots turned into creepers. And these grew into beautiful, beautiful flowers from which came these beautiful pearls. And it is said that there were all different colors of pearls and different sizes. And it said that they also gave out this amazing aroma. Can you believe it? So I don't even know. I was just thinking after reading this past time, is it possible today to grow pearls with this? Even like maybe it will be discovered in some like, oh, we could grow pearls. We can grow pearls, So it wasn't just one color. It was all different colors, different sizes, and it gave out this amazing aroma. So then, while Krishna has now won up against the gopis, so Krishna started started teasing the gopis saying his pearls were so much bigger, so much brighter, so much shinier, so much smoother, better quality. And he was showing them all these different sized pearls and different colored pearls with this amazing fragrance. And well, the gopis, of course, the gopis wanted some of his pearls, but he just completely refused. So then the gopis decided, okay, we are going to grow our own pearls, and our pearls, Krishna, are going to be better than yours. They're going to be bigger, they're going to be brighter, they're going to be smoother, and the fragrance is even going to be better. So each of these gopis went to her respective home, convinced her mother to give her a necklace of pearls, and came back, and they grew their pearls. And then not only did they water the ground with milk, but they also watered the ground with yogurt and ghee and everything. And they sat there waiting, and they sat there waiting, and they 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and so then they saw these little shoots. They became very, very, very excited. They'll say, see, Krishna, ours are going to grow even better, because not only milk, we have watered them with ghee, we have watered them with yogurt, we have watered them with chas, everything. And after a few days grew this thorny bush. Everywhere was just these thorny bushes. So now Krishna went there with his cowherd friends and laughed and teased and laughed and teased so much. He was almost intoxicated by his victory over the gopis, like almost hung over. And then just to rub it in, while the gopis are there, sad, miserable that their pearls didn't grow, Krishna started decorating not only his cows with the pearls, but also his buffaloes, also his goats, also his sheep. And not only that, he just like even distributed his pearls to the monkeys. But he didn't give the gopis even one single pearl. So now, okay, not only are they miserable, they're humiliated, but they're also worried and they're in anxiety, because remember they'd borrowed these pearls from their mothers. And how do they go back empty-handed? Forget going home with more pearls. They have lost the pearls that the mothers hesitantly gave them. And then So then the gopis decided to send Chandramukhi and Kanchanalata with a large quantity of gold to buy pearls from Krishna. And what did Krishna do? Krishna refused. He's just standing there, resting on his stick, like literally intoxicated. And he's just like, just with a big smile, cheek to cheek, on his face. And he said, no, and he said to each and every girl that each and every gopi should come to him to barter for the pearls. And then all the gopis decided to go, but Radharani didn't go. And then Krishna, from the bottom of the pile of pearls, he gives them the smallest horrible pearl and asks them to pay a huge amount immediately. And then Subal opened the jewelry box with many wonderful pearls, and gopis started haggling with Krishna about the price. Krishna, truly intoxicated at this point, did not give in at all, and the gopis left in a huff and a puff. And Krishna did something so beautiful, so amazing. Then Krishna, in great ecstasy, began to string all the pearls into beautiful necklaces and place them in beautiful golden boxes. And then on top of the box, he engraved the name of Srimati Radharani and all of the gopis in each individual box with individual pearl necklaces. And he sent them to Radharani and all the gopis as gifts. Jai. This is so amazing. Shri Radha Shyama Sundar ki jai and the gopis ki jai. So Radharani was so overjoyed with this gesture when she received the beautiful gift. And she in return sent Krishna delicious preparations of dishes along with betel nuts and scented garlands. So this beautiful pastime is say that happened here at Malyahara Kund. Then we have place Shiva Puskarini means lake of Shiva. It is there's an important temple of Lord Shiva, and it is also the cremation ground for whoever leaves their body in Radhakund. There's an interesting story from the Padma Puran here. So once a female jackal came to this place to drink water. So there were some children playing nearby, and when they saw the jackal, they chased the jackal away, and she ran inside a nearby foxhole to protect herself from the children. Then, children being children, they covered the entrance of the foxhole with dry grass and they lit it on fire, thinking that that would force the she-jackal to come out of the hole. Now, simultaneously, Shrimati Radharani, after her bath, was passing. So she took her bath at Radhakund and she was passing by with her gopi friends, and she heard the piteous cry of the jackal and sent one of her girlfriends to go and see what was happening. No one should be, and Radharani said that nobody should be in distress in her favorite place, Radhakund. So then she and the gopis chased away the naughty kids and brought the jackal to Srimati Radharani, and the jackal fell at her feet, crying, and Radharani blessed her that she would one day attain her personal service. How wonderful. So it is interesting because, for devotees, whilst we're suffering, we are so engrossed in the suffering itself. We are engrossed in our feelings of suffering and our piteous condition. Oh, why am I suffering like this? Why me? This. It's never ending. Why me? But the suffering and the suffering for a devotee also, like for the she-jackal, attracted Radharani's attention. Suffering for a devotee, and if we still keep to the process of devotional service, attracts the mercy of Radha and Krishna. And hence, the suffering becomes a blessing in disguise. On hindsight, then, after some time, we can see what kind of a blessing that suffering was, because we can see how that suffering brought us closer to Krishna. I think every devotee can attest to this. So this is just a very nice example that a devotee that is applicable in every devotee's life. There's no devotee on this planet who doesn't go through suffering. We go through suffering. But if we just see the suffering as an opportunity to get closer to Krishna, Krishna is literally using our karmic cards, okay, to bring us closer to him. And that's the only reason why actually Krishna wants us to go through our karma. Yes, to learn our lesson through going through that karma, but more than that is to bring us closer to him so that we take steps closer to him, so that we deepen our sadhana, so that we turn to Krishna through our chanting, so we turn to Krishna through our reading. It's very interesting. During this Rath Yatra in Nairobi, approached Anant Prabhu from Mombasa. Anant Prabhu is the temple president of Mombasa, just to greet him. His wife recently had some severe health issues. It was severe, and so I knew she was in her health was much better and improving and steady. Nonetheless, I just went to ask him how his wife was doing. You know, we exchanged greetings, and then I said, "How is your wife doing?" And he said, "She's getting better. She's getting better." And then he said, "For devotees, suffering is necessary." And he said he always remembers this. One time he was with His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and a disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj came to Maharaj and offered his obeisances, and he was about in his like 70s. And Maharaj asked him, "How are you doing?" And he told Maharaj, "Yes, Maharaj, I'm doing good. There are health issues, but I'm doing, struggling with my health issues, but I'm doing good." And Maharaj said, "It's good. It's good to have health issues. It's good to have sufferings. It's the only way we will do sadhana. Otherwise, our senses will still trouble us for sense gratification." So Anand Prabhu said he was like really shocked that he would be telling like a 70-year-old devotee that it is good, otherwise you will not be able to control your senses. So, it's just interesting that no matter what age, we just need that balance. If life is too good at any age, we're not going to turn to Krishna, not with intensity, not with sincerity. Maybe we'll be mechanical, maybe it will be there somewhere in the back. But when we're suffering, it's a different intensity. It's a different kind of calling out to Krishna. Yeah, so I thought that was just nice. Then Shri Gopal Manipur Mandir. Now this is in a much, much, much better condition. And this is now, for a number of years, this temple is being run by ISKCON devotees, ISKCON Manipur. Again, who was this disciple of Srila Prabhupada? He was Manipuri and he was a scientist. I'm so bad with names. I've really started forgetting a lot of things. So the king of Manipur gave that Maharaj this temple to look after, and it's really being looked after so nicely. The condition is much, much better from inside and from outside. And there's such a nice story as to how this temple was built. So originally, the deities in the house were being worshipped in the house of a Brahmana. Then about 100 years ago, the king of Manipur, Maharaj Churachand, had a dream that this deity of Gopal appeared to him in the dream. This is the beautiful deity, Gopal. Appeared to him in a dream and ordered the king to build a temple for him at Radhakund. And he was so specific, at such a spot that the Lord could gaze at Radhakund as well as give darshan to Suryadev. So he wanted the temple built in an angle where he could see Radhakund. At the same time, the sun would be rising from east. And they did that, exactly that. So located at the exact spot where the first rays of the rising sun appear over Radhakund. And the rays of the sun fall directly onto the lotus feet of the Lord. And then this was given to Swarup Damodar Maharaj, yes. And now there are more deities in the temple, but very nicely maintained. All of the books by Swarup Damodar Maharaj. It's really nice. If you're there around 9 o'clock in the morning, you can go and take prasad there. And his samadhi is there behind the temple. Yes. Yes. Mm. Then we have Radhakanta Mandir. This is opposite Manipur temple. Radhakanta is also the Pushpa Samadhi and Murti of Vakreshwar Pandit, who was a close associate of Lord Chaitanya. He established the original deities of Radhakanta at Puri, right next to the famous Gambira room where Lord Chaitanya lived for the last part of his life, and when he used to enter very, very, very deep ecstasies. And so he was believed to be the Sakhitunga Vidya. This is Vakreshwar Pandit. And so this temple, coincidentally, is also located at the very spot next to Radhakund, where Tunga Vidya Kund is located in Aprakat Lila. So there's Radhakund, and around Radhakund, all the Astasakhis have their own kunds and kunj. Then we have Radha, so this is Rakeshwar Pandit. And then we have Radha Shyam Sundar Mandir next. So this is the original temple of Radha Shyam Sundar was established by Shyamananda Pandit. And here in Radhakund is the Pratibhu Murti and also Pushpa Samadhi of Shyamananda Pandit. So this is the Pushpa Samadhi of Shyamananda Pandit. So Jiva Goswami had three wonderful disciples, Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Das Thakur, and Shyamananda Pandit. This is Jiva Goswami, had three wonderful disciples, Shyamananda Pandit, Srinivas Acharya, and Narottam Das Thakur. And these three were the three devotees who started the first ever book distribution Sankirtan party. They took sacred books of the Goswamis to Bengal to distribute. And in those days, it wasn't easy. As we know, these books were handwritten. And then to take them from Vrindavan to Bengal on bullock carts, it wasn't an easy journey. And I do not remember the past time, but I do clearly remember that at some point, some people thought that there was a lot of jewels and gold in this bullock cart, so the books were stolen. And these were the only copies existing, so it was such an endeavor, such an endeavor what they did. And these three amazing Goswamis, our predecessor acharyas, are the ones who started the first Sankirtan party. So this is the Pratibhamurti of Shishirada Damodar. This original temple we know is in Vrindavan, Radha Damodar, where Srila Prabhupada stayed and where is Rupa Goswami's Samadhi and Bhajan Kutir. And this temple in Vrindavan was established, as we know, by Jiva Goswami. And so this temple, same Radha Damodar temple in Radhakund, is under the ownership of this Goswamis of the Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan. here. This is a beautiful, again, just like there's this Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan and then the Pratibha Murti in Radhakund. So similarly, there's a Radha Gopinath temple in Vrindavan and there's a Pratibha temple Murti here at Radhakund. So this temple also has a very, very beautiful pastime associated with it. This temple was built, so Mother Janava, the consort of Lord Nityananda, the wife of Lord Nityananda, visited Vrindavan in 15 something, I think it was 1538, something like that. And one day, as she sat at the banks of Radhakund in meditation, she had a vision where she saw Lord Gopinath under a tamal tree standing with Radharani and the gopis. So, to commemorate this vision, Mother Janava had a temple built, and Gopinath and Srimati Radharani were installed here. So, it is said in Chaitanya Lila, Ananga Manjari appeared as Mother Janava. So also there's a pastime saying, so when she visited the original Radha Gopinath temple in Vrindavan, she felt the deity of Srimati Radharani was too small for Krishna, compared to Krishna. So she had a deity of Radharani carved in Bengal and brought over to Vrindavan. And then they placed that deity to the left left of Krishna and brought the original deity to the right side of Krishna or something like that. But over time, then the second deity of Srimati Radharani that was carved in Bengal came to be known, they started worshipping her as Ananga Manjari. She was accepted as Ananga Manjari, yes. I'll end with a very special place in Radhakund. This is Mother Janava's sitting place. And the next, so when she visited Radhakund, she was such a highly respected mother that you can see this little square opening of of this little structure. It almost seems like a little passage for Radhakund. That was a little opening for Mother Janava to take her bath at Radhakund. So from the top, you go down the stairs. It's like a little bridge. It's really cute. And then Mother Janava would come out here and take a bath and go back in from here instead of having to, with her wet clothes, go up and try and climb up. They built her this really nice sitting place and bathing place. So this is the sitting place at the banks of Radhakund, and same place is her bathing ghat. And right next to the bathing ghat is the temple where Raghunath Das Goswami's samadhi is. So this is a very, very special corner of Radhakund. We can see here the samadhi of, this is both the first and second pictures are samadhis of Raghunath Das Goswami, who we know he was the Acharya of Radhakund and the epitome of austerity and simple living, like next level. And then this is the temple where 24-hour kirtan carries on here, right next to the samadhi of Raghunath Das Goswami. So I will stop here. It's it's 8 minutes remaining. So I'll stop here. If there are any questions, any comments, any corrections.
Thank you very much, Mataji, for taking us and transporting us back to Vrindavan, and it's really divine and sublime. Mataji, just a clarification. So when you talk of Samadhi and Pushpa Samadhi, are there any difference between the two?
Yeah. Samadhi, so when we say Samadhi, the understanding is that that's the body was buried there, right? Pushpa Samadhi is the garland or part of the garland that the person had worn the last time, or that even the body was offered, and then you can take that off and it is taken somewhere else. So happens a lot even with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He's got his main samadhi in one place, then his pushpa samadhi in somewhere else. Like they did the same thing with Tamal Krishna Maharaj. I'm not sure which one is which, but he's got one samadhi in Mayapur. I think his main samadhi is in Mayapur, and then his pushpa samadhi is at Govardhan. So, people from different places can take advantage of his presence through even the flower or the garland. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that clarification. I thought Pushpa was, so when we have cremation, whatever remains, we call
Oh,
it Fula. We call it the flower. So I thought it was that, but it is the garland. Okay.
it is
Thank
the
you. Thank you.
garland. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Any more questions or comments? Okay, if there are
Hare
no more.
Krishna,
Yes,
Mataji.
yes, Radhika.
Yeah, no questions, Mataji. Beautiful class. It was very nice. Only I was very happy when she was talking about how suffering also is a good thing to happen. Like how Mataji is telling about how suffering is also good, and also when Mataji is telling about the pearls, how Krishna grew the pearls. At that time, maybe Krishna can do anything, so he can grow the
Yeah.
pearls for sure. And also, I'm thinking nowadays people can't even grow the vegetables properly.
That's so true. Oh,
So
I have personal experience of that.
yes, Mataji. So yeah,
It's
in coming days, Kali Yuga, Kali will the people will be thinking, oh, they used to grow these eggplants, this spinach, and all these things. They used to grow, like everything will be just artificial, I guess, later. So thank you, Mataji, for a wonderful class. I just wanted to say these two things. Hare Krishna.
true.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for the nice tours that you have taken us virtually to Vrindavan. I'm sure many of us have had this opportunity to go and visit these places. But one question, that you say that Janva Devi came as Ananga Manjari in the pastime of Gaur Lila. But Janva Devi was there, no?
Hmm?
Janva
Janva
Devi,
was?
she was there during the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah. So in the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is said that Ananga Manjari came as Janava Mata.
Oh, okay. So it's the other way around then.
Oh,
Ananga
sorry.
just came, not the Janva Devi came up Ananda Mangari. Yes,
Sorry.
that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Very nice. Yeah. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for those wonderful comments and questions. Any other questions or comments before we close down?
Gayatri Mata, these are your Gornitai deities?
No, this
Hare
is from
Krishna,
temple.
Mataji. No, Mataji. This one is from the temple, which is very close to our place. 1 hour drive from our place. It's called Vancouver Island Jagannath Temple. And it's there from there, Mataji, not from our house.
So beautiful, huh?
Yes, Mataji, it's very pretty.
Wow.
And there is a Jagannath temple with Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra, and also Krishna. And there is a big, like Srila Prabhupada is also sitting there. So beautiful it is.
So beautiful.
It's a
Yes.
very small temple in a family, like a family premises. And the Prabhuji and the Mataji, the Prabhuji make all the clothes and the Mataji makes the decoration.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
The Prabhuji, he shows everything. For New Year, he had different colors. For festival, different colors. Last week, they had a bathing. I was not there. I was in Seattle. I traveled and I missed it. I felt so bad. And they texted me, "Oh, we are making robes after the bathing for Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra." I said,
Wow.
okay, yeah, so nice.
Very beautiful dress.
Yeah, very
Yes,
nice.
Mataji.
Thank you very much, Gayatri Mataji and Indulekha Mataji, for transporting us to Canada.
I
So,
know.
the world is
Thank
such a small place. Yeah. Can I request Indulekha Mataji to close the session for today and thank Ashwariya and Lila Mataji for today's wonderful class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Surya Mataji, for taking us again to Vrindavan, to Radha Kund, to Sham Kund, and to explain how, why the Kund was not like, as we wanted to build it like square or rectangle. Both, one is a bit curved. I know that one. And it's very beautiful. But the other thing I did not know that people throw pumpkin, people who cannot conceive a child, they throw pumpkin. But yes, we cannot, many people cannot conceive nowadays. I don't know, due to maybe the chemicals in the food, maybe the lifestyle, maybe this thing of coming and living together before marriage, they waste all their precious powers, we may say. All these are there. But then I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't encourage anyone. But for my sake, for my taste, for my, I don't know, selfishness, I'm going to dirty the kund. We don't even put food in there. I don't know why people go to bathe. We just take little water, we spread on our head. We don't even put our foot.
Yeah.
It's an offense, you know. It's a sacred place, but as people jump in, people take bath in it, people rub mud on them, and it's a lot of nonsense that people do. But anyway, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. It's always nice to hear you talking about Vrindavan. I don't know, you're very blessed to have all this knowledge about Vrindavan, and hopefully to hear about you more, from you more. And so I will request everyone just to unmute and let's say free Haribol to Mataji for this so nice class. Or we can just chant Maha Mantra just to glorify her.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhaivacha Nitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Ananda Koti Vaishnavim ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai, Her Grace Ashwariya Lila Mataji ki jai. All of you ki jai for attending this class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.